And now for the Q&A.
Here's a question from Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Josh says, the way you speak about food addiction and weight loss speaks to my heart. Over the last year, I've lost 100 pounds myself, going from 330 to 230.
Amazing.
Yeah. He says, I've been lifting over the course of this past year and have slowed down weight loss to a pound a week to minimize lean tissue loss. How do you deal with the mental distress of not seeing the number on the scale change more rapidly?
It's really tough,
Josh.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one.
Sorry.
By the way, you want to know what sucks even more than not changing more rapidly is when it's just done, when you're
Yeah.
done. Um, which, by the way, I cannot um, say enough how helpful maintenance has been for me practicing maintaining weight in between fat loss phases. So, like, let's say you got 100 pounds to lose, rather than going and losing all 100 straight through, take a break at 50 and maintain your weight for 3 months. And you want to talk about hard? That's fucking hard because you're still ostensibly dieting, because you're you're not eating whatever you want. You're working very hard to maintain your weight. However, what I found is when I then got to a weight that I was happy with, um it was much easier because I'd done that a number of times. I'd practiced maintaining my weight. Getting all the way down to your magical number, whatever that is, and then figuring out maintenance, really hard. And slowing weight loss, really hard, especially because guys like you and I know we can do it really fast, you know. But I think when you factor in certain goals like the retention of lean tissue, um, and you get into this is a forever thing. This path has no finish line. This is not something that ends. No number on a scale tells me I'm done. The number on the scale simply tells me that what I've been doing recently, and maybe indicates what I should be doing in the future, or if I need to change my behavior a little bit or make adjustments. That's all that tells me. It doesn't tell me I'm finished, because the minute you're finished, guess what? Here comes the weight back. Um, so yeah, it's really hard. It's hard for me today, and I've been maintaining my weight for years. And every time I get on the scale and it hasn't gone down, it bums me out a little bit. But I go into it aware that that's going to happen, and then I get off the scale and I say to myself, you were practicing maintenance. It shouldn't have gone down. It didn't gone down. This is a success. Knock off the bullshit emotional garbage that is connected to nothing. That's
Right.
not connected to reality. Um, so yes, if you are intentionally trying to lose a pound a week and you're upset that you're only losing a pound a week, I understand. Get yourself through it and over the hump, and disregard that nonsense as quickly as possible because it does not help at all.
Yeah. Excellent advice. Excellent point. I just had like a little click. Yeah. If you're trying to see, let's say your maintenance number is, I'm just making up a number, 187. Like if that's the number, then every day getting on the scale, you should think, I want to see 187, right? If you're trying to stay and then making that a win versus, oh man, I didn't lose. But it is hard. It's the
Yeah.
hardest
And
thing.
guess what? Guess what's even more fucked up, Paige?
Hmm.
187, you get a few pounds on either side of that for fluid retention.
Yeah.
You know, you have a little extra salt. That's not going to add fat.
Right.
You have a little less salt. That's not going to reduce fat at all. But it might, you know, let's say you spend a lot of time outside sweating one day and you're excessively thirsty. So you chug a bunch of water right before bed and you don't piss it out, and you get on the scale and the weight is up. It's devastating to see that fluctuation. So it's even harder than that because you got to take these metrics and then graph them over a longer period of time than a day. You know,
Right.
you have a big meal one night and the scale's up 5 pounds, you didn't gain 5 pounds of fat. You did not. So, you know, it's
Yeah.
there's a lot there that that goes into the kind of the hell that can be getting on the scale. You got to get like almost sociopathic with it. You got to get like, take all that emotion and just become just like artistically logical about it,
Mm. Mhm.
where it's like, what am I expecting to see? What is acceptable? And if you're outside of that and you didn't like psych yourself up for that number, then you go like, oh my God, right. I didn't factor in that I had something really salty last night, and that's what it is. Okay, then figure it out quickly. And if the number is going up and up and up over time, then there's something off with your plan, you
Yeah.
know? And if the number is not going down and down and down over time, and by the way, um, when I was trying to get super, super lean, and I and I was in like had been dieting for a while, and fully understood maintenance and everything, and I was trying to lose a pound a week, and there would be 3 weeks in a row where I didn't lose a pound. I had to really have heart to hearts with the guy I was working with, like, "Wait, I haven't lost weight." And he was like, "Have you been exact?" I don't know. It said we lost connection,
Oh, yeah,
but we
it says
didn't.
we're back.
Okay, we're back. I had to get talked through the fact that salt could be masking fat loss when you're trying to lose a pound a week and you're as big as I am. So there's a lot of factors there. But if you're being really diligent and you are for sure in a caloric deficit, you're losing weight, and a pound a week is perfectly fine. And again, this is for the rest of your life. This is not, you know, I hope your plan is geared long term. And then it doesn't matter if you're happy with your weight today because you're working towards that. And the day you get to the point where you're happy with your weight, if you don't continue working, you're going to lose it. It will be ethereal. It'll float right through your fingers and then it'll be gone. And what's the point of all that hard work?
Amazing answer. So relatable. I yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Josh. Thank you for your question. And if anyone else has a question for Ethan, guess what? You can just ask it. Write to us at hello@americanglutton.net.